Yo, what's up? So, we are back after some hiatus. It has been winter, so this project has taken a bit of a step back, but spring's around the corner, and I am excited to get back on the bike. So, for those of you who are new, in the last episode we did some frame work on this Stealth Bomber Enduro e-bike build. You might notice, or might not notice, because this is all pieces, that this is a mid-drive Enduro e-bike. Which makes it a little bit different than what you've probably seen so far for any of you who are out in the market. I'm going to continue on with this build. The more episodes you should see shortly. In this episode, I dig into some issues I've been having with the motor. We take it apart, strip it apart, clean it, do some investigation, do some work on the mill and lathe, getting the drivetrain up to shape to resolve some issues I've had with chain snapping and chain sizing. So just kind of consolidating all that and fixing that problem. And then cleaning up the rear swing arm, getting it painted after I had done a mod previously to make it a horizontal dropout instead of the vertical that comes with these bikes. Unfortunately, I didn't film this, but I will film all of the upcoming projects involved with this bike. So if you're interested in anything like that, please stay tuned. I hope you like and enjoy the video. Please consider subscribing if you have any interest in seeing any more builds like this. I'm not going to hold you any longer. I'm going to leave you to it. Please enjoy the episode. I'll see you guys around. Cheers. This is a Revolt 120 ESM motor. It's Outrunner, as you can see. The spins. Non-standard. I haven't seen really anyone else use this motor. It's hard getting information, but the specs are good. For power to weight, it's quite incredible. I think it's 8 to 15 kilowatts, 8 continuous, 15 peak, and the weight is pretty low. It's like 8 pounds. I may be lying on the weight a little bit. I think that's exactly what it is, but I'll put the specs over top. So I was willing to give it a shot on this motor. The price is pretty good as well for these specs, and I really wanted to be compact, energy dense, and lightweight. It's the whole idea of this build. So what I gave up was not having a sealed motor, and I was hoping that wouldn't be an issue. And I guess we'll find out, because some of the other, like say if I went with a QS or a Socian or one of those other motors with similar power ratings, they're like 6 pounds heavier. That's a lot of weight, and I'm trying to reduce this weight. So maybe I made the wrong decision going with a no-name brand. They're out of Israel. They actually do make high quality motors. I've confirmed with some other people in the industry. They've never heard of them, but they look at the components and the specs and they're quite impressed. So I think my guess is something's in here, but the best thing to do is to take it apart and figure out what's going on. So let's give it a shot and see. Once again, we'll try and see if we can replicate the issue. I've got a marked screw here when it lines up to there. Of course, you can't get it to replicate now. There, hear that? I hope you can pick that up on camera. There. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. It sounds like a cable or wire. Yeah, see, now it's jammed. All right, so it's apart, which is good. The magnets, I don't know if you can see, they seem to be scraped. So they're gouged. Something is in there. They have a protective layer on them. Something's been scrapey. Those are quite deep. So if I look at the rotor, sorry, stator, there is some guck and some wear marks. I don't see anything obvious that would be locking it up like that. Don't see any cables in the way. Don't see any chunks of anything. They easily could have fallen out once the motor separated. I don't see any chunks here, but it's not the cleanest work surface to be doing clean. Okay, well, I mean, don't know what else I can do. Coils look in good condition. They don't look burnt up or anything. Not that I'm a motor expert on any level, but I think the next step would be put it back together. It's gonna snap in. I don't want to get injured here. I don't know how well it's gonna go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it found itself there. Seems better. All right, so sprocket work. Here's the sprocket, a jack shaft, whatever you want to call it. So what happens is the motor drives, how can I give this an angle you can see well? The motor drives this external wheel, the 10-4 reduction on this, and then I get a reduction from here to the back wheel. This is a 27 tooth currently, and the back wheel I think is like a 50 or a 48 tooth on the, I'll have to double check that. But these were reduced where I bought them from to accommodate thinner chains. I want to not do that anymore. I'm just going to use a 420 chain on the motor drive and to the back wheel. So I've bought this from Princess Auto on clearance. Beautiful, $3 shipped to me, not bad at all. And I'm going to use this jig, which I've printed out, to get the bolt pattern. Get the bolt pattern for the mounting the freewheel. I will drill those out, and then I've got another jig printing that'll allow me to mount it to the lathe and hopefully get this tight fit, this internal dimension to the right size to mount over like this on the freewheel. I think it just needs to lose a couple mil, and I'll do that on the lathe. Okay, so that was going well, but my lathe blew up. Didn't really blow up, but stopped working. After some troubleshooting, it seems like the control board is bad. So I've kind of put it back together and just removed, this is a DC motor, 100 volts. I'll show you the panel maybe later, it doesn't matter. But I took the leads off that and I just stuck it to a variable power supply. So if I cruise up the amps, I just bypass the entire thing. And I mean, I can't get to full speed, but I think this will be enough to get by for now. So I love little hacks like this, especially ones that take a little time to implement and seem to work quite well. There we go, back to it. All right, so a little explanation on the end of that video. I was working on the rear swing arm, obviously. Before I started filming these videos, I did a horizontal dropout mod, which I did not film, unfortunately. So the frame was in rough shape. I never painted it back. It was starting to get some surface rust. Kind of dealt with that, as well as cleaning up some of the scrapes we had from issues with the drivetrain. And now that we've resolved the drivetrain, hopefully it shouldn't be scraping. So anyways, we're gonna start with the fresh slate. That's what the end of that video was, cleaning up that swing arm and getting it painted. On the next episode, we're going to be looking at the battery and controller enclosures and hopefully getting that all wired up, as well as potentially getting some mods done to make some space for the battery and that frame enclosure on the frame. So please tune in for that. I don't think it should be long before that video comes out. If you are interested in seeing more videos like this, or the one I explained, or future videos involving these interesting e-bike builds and other electric vehicles and just kind of having fun in the workshop, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Hope you guys all have a great day, and I really hope I see you again soon. Cheers.